We at Finiqus have created a 6-part Budget 2026 analysis. Here is part 6.
Every budget season, we focus on schemes, announcements, and political reactions. But economists focus on something else entirely: fiscal numbers. Because announcements are the headlines of a newspaper, fiscal numbers are the balance sheet behind those headlines. And if you truly want to understand a budget, this is where you must look. These numbers answer three fundamental questions: how much does the government earn? How much does it spend? And how much does it borrow to fill the gap? Let us break this down simply. Fiscal deficit is the total gap between spending and income. If the government earns 100 rupees but spends 104, the deficit is 4 rupees. Primary deficit is even more telling. It is the fiscal deficit excluding interest payments on old debt. A low primary deficit means current spending is funded by current income, not fresh borrowing. And revenue deficit warns us when routine expenses exceed routine income, meaning borrowing is being used for daily consumption, not for building assets. Budget 2026 shows all three being brought under gradual and controlled reduction. Now, where does government money come from? Income tax, corporate tax, GST, and indirect taxes, non-tax revenue, and borrowing, which remains a large component. On the spending side, a significant share goes to states and interest payments, both of which are largely unavoidable. The rest goes towards productive areas like infrastructure, defense, and social sector schemes. The government's goal is to maximize the share of spending that creates long-term value and minimize borrowing that funds only consumption. One more crucial number: the debt-to-GDP ratio. This compares total government debt to the size of the economy. The government has provided a clear roadmap to reduce this ratio over time, not abruptly, but through a disciplined target zone. This reassures credit rating agencies, long-term investors, and global markets. Debt is not dangerous if income grows faster than obligations, and that is precisely the direction India is moving. And this brings us to the final picture of our complete budget series. Part 1 told you what the budget is and why it matters. Part 2 revealed the government's philosophy of stability and reform. Part 3 highlighted manufacturing, MSMEs, and services as India's growth engines. Part 4 showed how infrastructure and urbanization build long-term capacity. Part 5 reflected the shift toward trust-based governance, and this final part revealed the fiscal discipline that makes everything else possible. This budget is not designed to surprise. It is designed to stabilize, strengthen, and prepare. The government is not sprinting for short applause. It is training for a marathon. So, whether you are a citizen seeking predictability, a business owner wanting policy stability, an investor looking for long-term direction, or a student trying to understand macroeconomics, this budget has something to tell you. Growth built through infrastructure, reform, trust, and fiscal responsibility, not quick fixes.